Hi there, Dusty Brazil here, Realtor with Pacific Sotheby's International Realty. Today I'm standing here on the Highway 101 in beautiful Leucadia, California, in front of Surfy. Typical spot I'll stop at here when I'm cruising Leucadia. Today we're going to meet the business owner, JP Pierre. Let's go. So what are your popular hats you have here? I love these Star Wars ones.
Yeah, so this is actually our #1 hat, which we originally made a couple years ago just as like an inside joke. And then part of being like a cool guy surfer, I was always like a secret nerd. And so like I love Star Wars and comic books and all that stuff. Like little like geeky Easter eggs in here, like Star Wars references and Indiana Jones references and like
show me that
stuff
one.
Like that. Logo. This is one of our surfboard logos. Some of you Staffer Raw from Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Cool.
I'm late 40s, so a lot of it's kind of like that kind of culture I grew up with.
Where were you born?
Right up the street here in Leucadia.
Okay.
And in fact, I'm living in the house I grew up in. My wife is an architect, and we just built my mom and dad a brand new house in the backyard. So
cool.
We had a long lot, and then we moved in the old house.
What street is that off of?
It's on Del Riego, right off Leucadia Boulevard, in what's known as Tortilla Flats.
Nice. I lived there off La Mirada for 5 years.
Yes, there you go.
Yep.
Yeah. And Gary Handel also lives on Del Riego, so
nice.
We got like the little Tortilla Flats.
I wish I could have bought that house.
And growing up there, you know, I was like one of 2 white kids. My partner Dave, Coffee lived across the street from me.
Nice.
And it was actually a dirt road up until I was about 6.
Because that road didn't go through either before there.
Yeah, so Leucadia Boulevard stopped at the top of the hill where the golf course is now. Timeline, that was probably our biggest moment, is when Leucadia Boulevard extended.
Just opened up the whole coast up.
And then about the same time they built San Alejo Hills, which I think is about a population of 8,000.
That's where I'm at. That's where I live.
So I lives there, and I have a lot of friends out there. That's they come to Leucadia, like they're almost like a detached. They're like kind of detached.
That's the Grandview is like the closest spot I always say to my house.
Yeah.
About Leucadia, what's happening in Leucadia is because we're friends on Facebook, and you shared this thing about they're considering what's it called, the 2-lane becoming 1 lane on this area. How
about 15 years in the works, but it's the Leucadia streetscape. And it's a major kind of infrastructure improvement from La Costa Avenue to almost Encinitas Boulevard, so the whole corridor. And it's pretty controversial because it's moving lanes and adding roundabouts, and everyone has an opinion about it.
How's that bike rack right in front?
So that's our new bike rack, which I just had replaced because the older one was kind of awkward.
Okay,
and,
that's what I was going to ask you.
People are crashing into it, so actually I have to give the city credit for putting that one in. I think they installed it last week, and it's a lot better. Right now in Leucadia, kind of the trifecta of stress. We have the streetscape, which is very controversial. We have the new Beacon Stairs proposal, which is controversial. And then citywide, we have the housing element, which addresses like trying to get some affordable housing into our city. And we are actually the only city in San Diego County that we don't have an approved housing element yet. Flats is, I never thought I'd see the day, but some of the houses are selling close to $1 million now, and which is crazy to think about. Like my parents bought that house in 1969 for 20 grand or something.
Nice.
What got you into the business? Okay. So my mom and dad started a surfboard factory when I was 9, which is Moonlight Glassing. So you could argue I've been working there since I was 9, but really on payroll since I was, kind of high school age. So up until I started this shop, even the first couple of years, I was still working at the factory. It's the longest running California surfboard factory.
Is that where Marlon was at?
Marlon Bacon was out there, yeah. And the last couple of years, Chris Christensen and my dad merged their 2 factories, so now it's just this huge facility with. Personally worked on something like 40,000 surfboards, which I think lends a little bit of street cred to this shop. I've got a lot of kind of bizarre, almost useless surfboard knowledge, but that can come in handy at certain times. Finishing side, I did sanding and odd jobs around the factory, even like shipping and packing. So my mom ran the factory, my dad did all the airbrushing, pin lining.
And they're still open for business.
And they're still out there today, yeah. And like our logo, this is the original 1979 Moonlight logo.
I'm sorry, what was that?
This is the original 1979 Moonlight Glassing logo. The 5 guys you see on the cartoon guys, those are all real guys.
Got it.
I've kind of adopted the old factory logo.
So show me one of your popular sticks here.
So this is a Gary Handel pill model. And this kind of like is a good example of what we do here, because it's a little like small wave, funky board. In the crafty former math teacher that he is, he's got some performance shortboard rails built into it. A full Campbell Brothers Bonzer bottom. This thing's like a sleeper. Like if you want to crack the lip on it, you can. If you want to cruise, you can. Kind of boards have really opened up. Since we're kind of cursed with small, mushy waves, basically 300 days a year. Fun waves, but
I love this board. Yeah.
yeah.
What's your best like size selling board?
It's like 5/6s and 6/6s.
If I want to get like one of your hats online or some of your cool products without having to stop in the store, what's your website, your online store called?
So the online store is shopsurfysurfy.com, I think. The blog that I started in 2005 is...
Yeah, I always considered you like an ambassador of Leucadia. You had a really cool blog back in the day, and I always followed it, and I like your content. You know, you're really like in tune with what's going on in Leucadia.
Just remember, no good deed goes unpunished.
That's good. What's your address here on the 101?
We are 974 North Coast Highway 101. We're in the old historic Roy's Market building. This building was built in 1926. It was originally a Greyhound bus station, really well known for being Roy's Market, and then later, in more contemporary times, Leucadia Surf and Ski, and then Longboard Grotto. So
That's what I remember. Yeah.
yeah. So I think most people remember the Longboard Grotto. So we're the third or fourth surf shop in this space, and
Cool.
it's 90-year history.
Awesome. Well, hey, thanks for being with me. And for more information, you can always go to his website. Is it surfysurfy.com, right? And surfysurfy.net.
.net.
Yep.
Someone's holding the .com hostage.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to work on that.
See this video on my website called liveinleucadia.com. I'm Dusty Brazil signing out here at Surfy Surfy.